All in the stands, stand up, and all of you that are already standing, I want you to hold your hand up and leave it there as an indication that you're giving your life and your heart to Jesus Christ tonight.
People often hear about Billy Graham and they hear the word crusade. What he did that was so revolutionary was he opened up and kind of made accessible this idea of bringing people to Christ. So he held these sometimes weeks-long events around the world that attracted millions of people.
It's either the world and its pleasures and its gods, or it's Christ. Which is it for you?
Billy Graham was able to make Christianity accessible, which was unusual at the time, but it came at what a lot of people saw as a cost, which was a kind of general religiosity that emphasized primarily prayer, giving yourself to Christ, accepting Jesus, having a regular worship life, etc., as opposed to hammering out certain theological differences. And some people felt that was kind of a gateway towards, you know, Christianity light, or pop religion, or religion that really isn't concerned with, you know, the idea that there is a truth. It wasn't that he didn't think that there was one, but he didn't emphasize laying it out for people in the way that many prominent evangelical pastors today do. A series of images that people think of when they think of Billy Graham, not just like on live television, but photos you'd see or re-see, were just him in intimate conversation with American presidents. And it's just like one after the other after the other. Billy Graham offered himself and was sought out as really a pastor. I mean, there weren't people that crossed Christianity in the way that he did, you know, that he was able to be received by a Catholic president like John F. Kennedy, and, you know, LBJ or Nixon, and, you know, people of different faith persuasions. The president that he was most associated with was Richard Nixon. He was close to Richard Nixon when he picked a running mate, and Billy Graham was strongly anti-communist, and he saw Richard Nixon as a partner to him. And he also said at the time that God had allowed Richard Nixon to become president. And after Watergate, he was quoted as saying, you know, that maybe he had become enamored with Richard Nixon, and he said something along the lines of, maybe I misunderstood or overemphasized his spirituality, his meaning Nixon's spirituality. Now that Billy Graham has passed away, even though he hasn't been in the public eye a lot in recent years because of his declining health, I think it's going to really push the ball forward in terms of saying, where is evangelicalism and religion in public life going now? He had kind of set the parameters around that for a lot of Christianity, and thus defining it for a lot of America for many years. Right now there's a lot of discomfort, including particularly among Christians and young Christians, about religion becoming so politicized. Now that he's gone, his influence might be people saying, well, let's bring back, what was it that was positive about him? He was able to bring together the country in a way that was not seen as heavy-handed. And can we get back to that? Is it possible to have any kind of shared idea of religiosity in the public square in America?